What do you think? I look like Boardwalk Empire meets the Ramones. Wow! Connectors, what's up? DK here. Hope you're having a good day. It's Wednesday here in York County, Pennsylvania, or whatever day it is when you're watching this video. Thanks so much for hanging out with me, and today I want to talk about hiring me. Well, not me exactly, but hiring people like me. Hiring people of my ilk. Do you need to hire a consultant? Now, there are most obviously a couple of things that you have to consider when thinking about hiring a consultant, and first and foremost is probably the most obvious thing is, can we afford it? And the answer is yes, and I'll tell you why. And most consultants, individual practitioners, people of small firms, large firms for that matter, they have a range of scope and size of product and service, which means they have a range of pricing. And you could probably negotiate some things. I can tell you just for me and my practice at Connected Dots Movement, my big thing always is to ask you about your program, about your goal, what you want to do, but also, I very quickly go into what is your budget, not just to pay me. What is your budget in general? Because I don't want what we do in terms of a consultation and a consultancy contract be overburdening. So I want to make sure it's within the confines of a budget. And most practitioners will do something to that effect. I know there are some best practices that say consultants should say, I work for $20 an hour, I work for $50 an hour, I work for $100 an hour, hard and true, no matter the size and scope of the work. That's the value of me and my time. And I believe that that's good. I mean, I understand that, and I value my time as much as any consultant. But I think the most important thing, first and foremost, is to simply say, don't worry about numbers. Don't worry about dollars at the beginning. Let's find out first if we can dance well together, and then we'll talk about price. Quick thing that happens right after you start thinking about pricing, and it's actually one thing I push to a lot of my potential customers, clients, friends. How much time are you willing to put into this as well? Too often, the reason that folks either hire or don't hire a consultant is they have the wrong impression of what it means to bring a consultant on. I intentionally don't use words like guru and expert. I don't believe that. I don't believe that has any bearing on what I am. I have some expertise from my history, from my experiences, but in no means does that make me an expert. I'm always learning as well as everyone else, new trends and new topics and best practices and all those kind of things. So I stay away from things like that. But the bigger thing is, how much time and effort are you, the nonprofit executive, the board, whoever it is that does the hiring to bring a consultant on, are you willing to put the time in too? This isn't something where you say, okay, we need a fundraising plan. Here you go. See you in 6 weeks. You have to be a part of it, and it's very important for us as the practitioners to know that we have a direct line of communication and connectivity to you to make sure that what we are doing makes sense and stays on the target that you want and is in line with the needs of the organization, and most importantly is in line with the values and voice that hopefully we are projecting with whatever it is that we're working alongside of you, whatever we're doing with you. So you have to ask yourself right away, how much time can I allot to this? It is very rare. It is very rare in terms of what is asked of us that you should or expect to just kind of give the information, sign the dotted line, and say, consultant, go away and do that. It's in those rare occasions where you're doing things like maybe mystery shopping something, or even something as simple as doing like a market survey or market research or focus grouping, where maybe your staff and board are going to be intentionally left out because of the findings and information that you're going to eventually bring back. But even during those times, you need to be very aware of your consultant board relationship and make sure that there's proper and open lines of communication, because that's the only way the work is going to be done, and it's going to be done properly. So you figured out pricing and you figured out you're going to give up the time. Is there anything else that you need to do for hiring a consultant? Well, yes. One of the biggest things you have to do is you got to make sure that you guys are in alignment. So what are your values as an organization, and what are the values of this consultant? If a consultant is just simply saying, hey, I just kind of do whatever and just for money, and hey, that's cool. And if you're cool with that, good on you. But let me say it this way. As the consultant, I like to work with organizations that I can believe in. So it's not that I don't work with organizations simply because I don't like them, but if I'm not in alignment with their values, if I'm not in alignment with what they are saying as an organization, by the way, even if what they're looking to hire me to do is help with their branding or help with their positioning of their message, I still need to know what their core value is. So whether it is working with the executive director or in consultation with the board, executive director, and staff, I'd like to know what it is. So I think of it more like a sort of dating before you marry. You have to get to know each other and get to know what it is about each other that sort of works, and what are your ticks and what are your interesting quirks and how you position yourself as an organization as well as the consultant you're trying to consider to bring on. Look, I'm not for everybody, and I have an approach and a style and a presence that might be great for some, and others it might be a turnoff, and that, I understand that. I'm not in the business of trying to be a consultant for every nonprofit in the nonprofit sector. I try to work with nonprofits within the sector that align with our values and align each other and make good sense and good business. And you should start that process as the person looking out to find a consultant. You should be asking them, hey, let's just sit down and talk a little bit about you. So it's not so much the pitch, it's not so much talking about their work and work strategy, it's about them. Get to know them. Again, it's like fundraising. You have to friend raise before you fundraise. Same thing in the consultant biz. And lastly, most importantly, be honest. Be honest about what needs to be done. Be honest about what you feel is the expectation. Be honest when things go up and honest when things go down. Honesty, it is. It's the old cliche, man. Honesty is the best policy. It's true in this relationship that you're building with the consultant. You have to be very honest. And by the way, as a consultant, it is hard sometimes for us to be honest because we fear that we'll be then shunned, or they'll just say, well, we don't want to work with them anymore. Up front, very, very early on in the process, we have to be honest about being honest during this. So I say to organizations that I'm going to be telling you some things that aren't very good. I'm going to be the Dr. No. I might be the person who's telling you all the things that you don't want to hear, but you have to because of certain things that I have found, whether I'm doing a discovery within the process of looking at your programs or your branding or something. But that also applies the other way. It is so terrible when you're working with an organization and you think things are working very well, and then you get the review afterwards, or then you just get little sputterings after the fact of, well, we didn't like this, we didn't like that. Just be honest with your consultants. Most of us that are practicing in this, we actually enjoy and we thrive on that feedback, and that feedback inside the process, not post after the fact. We like to have it during it because we can be flexible enough to know, okay, these are the things that they're looking for, these are the things that they're not happy with, and make sure that we are making a good course for you to move along in your path as an organization. But we need to do that by being open and honest. So it's more than just giving up your time. It's giving up your time with an open and honest bit of conversation. So that's a key one, man. Be honest. Honestly, I'm wearing shorts right now. So connectors, I'm going to end it right there. Thank you so much for hanging out with me again. I really do appreciate you taking your time and spending time with me on this video. So if you like it, please like and share this video around. You can catch it on Facebook right here, facebook.com/Connect the Dots Movement. We're also on Twitter. You can follow us at We Connect Dots. And if you have a question for me, if you're thinking about hiring a consultant, or any other consultant for that matter, if you got questions about the sector, questions about nonprofit power, or anything going on in the nonprofit sector, social enterprise, or small business, you can email me right here, doug@connectthedotsmovement.org. Pinky swear I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Guys, thank you once again for hanging out. I do appreciate it. My name is DK. I'm with Connect the Dots Movement, and you have just been connected. See you around. Guys, and you're interested in finding out other information about consultants maybe in your area, I'm going to put a list down to the doobly-doo below about some places to find consultants. Specifically here in Pennsylvania, I'll put for PANO, which is the Pennsylvania Association of Nonprofit Organizations, a fantastic group. And also nationally, I'll put the National Council for Nonprofits, so you can get an idea of maybe where there is a consultant near you. nonprofit power.